And then if that all works, then we should be good to go. Make this a little quieter. And there we go. We are good on the YouTube side. Alright. Alright. It is Art Burger Day. We've got emotes going. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that worked to the best of my knowledge. I don't know how much work I'm gonna get done, so I did line art ahead of time because, you know, you just don't know. You just don't know what's gonna happen. MG9, hello, hello. Welcome in on the YouTube side. Hello, hello. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. Hello, Blank. Welcome in. The YouTube peeps get a little bit of a bonus today. A little bit of an extra. A little bit of a, they get to see what's going on. Sadly, I can't show things on IRIAM, so... Freedom at last! Yeah, congratulations again, Blank! I'm glad that that is all said and done. I mean, I know you said you still have the, oral test and everything, but still, I'm happy for you. It's a little guy. Yeah, it is a little guy! Yeah, people who are, on the YouTube side will be able to see. Shadow Okami, hello, hello on the IRIAM side. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope everything is going well. Alright. Turn this on. Will there be noms today? What do you mean? What does that mean? Will there be noms today? I don't have any food prepared, but I do have a little guy prepared, so... Blank says that's in July. Still plenty of time to have anxiety about that later. Oh dear. Well, I'm glad that they allow you to sort of, like, do one part of it and then sort of relax for a bit and then, like, not... I mean, okay, I don't know. It would be nice to get it all over with, but it's also kind of nice that they give you a break. Oh, are you allowed to say what this is for anyway, or no? If you want to keep it private, I totally respect that. I completely understand. Alright, let's see here. So what we are doing today is we are going to attempt, anyway, keyword attempt, to work on adding a Prism Up emote to the server, and we'll see how that goes. So, I've got my line art here, and I know it's fairly simple, but I spent, like, a disturbing amount of time perfecting the line art, so we're not gonna talk about that. So if you're like, oh, why did you do the line art already? I thought that that would be, like, what you would do on stream. It's because I have a very, very bad perfectionist streak. Very, very sick perfectionist streak. So I knew I would have to do that offline to not make you all go crazy watching me try to perfect every single pixel. And it's not that okay, it's funny, right? Because I have an art style that's like very rough and very painterly where I don't perfect every art style, but because I wanted this to be like as close to what we had as possible, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to perfect this style, and this style uses vector, and I'm not good at vector, so I had to sort of like attempt to manually fake vector, and it wasn't great, so right now I'm just sort of doing the flat color, just so that we have a base to work on. We'll get this all colored. H2O, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Alright, make sure we don't miss anything here. I'm a little bit triggered by this tiny little not perfect piece here. I'm telling you, it's really bad. My perfectionism is awful. H2O, how are you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, we are going to get this here. If it's not, like, 100% perfect, I can fix it off stream, just because, like, I'm insane. But that's okay. How are you doing today, H2O? I hope you're having a good day. Alright, we are going to lock this, and we're going to add this to the top here. And let's see here. We are going to add our... So, Prism has blue eyes, and this simplified Bugcat has, like, black eyes. I'm wondering if we should keep it black, or if we should have it as prisms, or if there should just be, like, a little blue streak on it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. H2O, thank you so much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see here. What? So Prism's fur color is white. So that's, like, not horrible in terms of, coloring it. And then, let's see. We'll add... I'm going towards the bottom and doing the whole thing as well, so that I have flexibility in cropping. And I also want to be able to, I also want to be able to maybe turn this into a sticker at some point, if that's something that people would be interested in. So I'm trying to, like, make it as high quality as I can. But let's see. So... Alright, there's a layer on top. I'm trying to, like, get my bearings here. These are the eyes, right? I'll label these eyes, and then I'll label these, detail. So then we know that there is a little bit of the inner ear here, and I'll grab the color real quick. So for those who don't know this character, I am currently working on an emote of Prism, which is basically my VTuber mascot, and she is a stargazer like you guys, but she's like the main stargazer, you know? So we'll grab her coloring real quick. I'm not actually sure if this is like 100% correct, but we'll go with that. She's our senior, yeah, there you go. She kind of is, actually, when you think about it. Blank says the subject of the oral exam is chosen based on final grade. Whatever the teacher thinks, you've got chance of improvement. So the final exam has to be graded before then. Oh. Like, am I allowed to know the subject, or is the subject private? And again, it's okay if the subject is private, I'm just curious. I'm just being nosy. If you don't want me to be nosy, I understand. I understand completely. Alright, let's... Oh, hang on. Let's make this a half of an ear, and another half of an ear. So, Prism and myself, we're kind of like, visual opposites in a way. So, I have, like, blue fur, white-tipped ears, and she has white fur, blue-tipped ears. We're sort of, like, you know, mirrors of each other. We're like a yin and yang of each other. No nomming, sad day, but I'm making things that will be good for the community. That should be good, right? I hope that's okay. Let's see. I don't want this to... Alright, it's just the tip, so I don't want the gradient to get cut off. So I'm actually gonna go further here. What did you want to nom anyway? I feel like you've eaten me out of house and home. Alright. We'll do this in the back then, so that we have more flexibility here. There we go. Bugcat is just a solid blue, and Prism is like a full rainbow, so this is kind of an interesting combination, or difference, I should say. There we go. And then what else do we have? Yeah, complimentary, exactly. Blank says I'm still catching up. I heard vector graphic, funny enough, was one of today's exam topics. Wait, what? Vector graphics was an exam topic for you? What does that even... How does that even... What is this for? Now you make me even more curious. Newbie Reaper, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Numa Noom, hello, welcome in. I see that you're new to the stream. Hello, my name is Starlight. I'm a prismatic kitsune. It's nice to meet you. Newbie, we are currently working on Prism. Prism is becoming a thing, ever so surely. Alright. What am I doing? What am I doing? I need to figure out the... I need to figure out the horn. The horn is a little bit tricky. The horn is sort of like... I'm trying to figure out how much to simplify it for an emote. Armor Talks, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Alright, let's see. We'll add another layer here for the horn, because there's a lot going on with the horn design. You're so excited? You could just... What do you mean you're so excited? You're so excited you could just throw a bomb at me! Oh, don't get that excited! Meow meow, hello! And spaghetti... Spaghetti! Spaghetti, hello, hello! That is the most interesting way I've ever, seen that spelling. Spaghetti. Blank says, IT associate, adjacent thing, focus course web design. Oh, I see. Between associates and bachelor, only school in the country, and by extension, whoa, dang. That's really cool. That's really cool. Well, I hope it goes well. Yeah, thank you so much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. What is in the chat tonight? I don't know. What do you mean, what is in the chat? Is there something supposed to be locked away in the chat that I don't know of? I feel like there might be something here that I don't know about. Yeah, thank you for following. Spaghetti, thank you for following. Hello, Dual Thrones. Welcome in, welcome in. For one, we are. I mean, yes. Yes, the conversation. You guys aren't wrong. I don't know. I'm confused with the food thing. Is there something to nom? I don't have anything here. Why did you not eat before coming in? Did you expect that we would have like beverage and refreshments? All right. Let's see. We are going to go back here. I need to make sure that I'm following these color lines as best I can anyway. It's probably going to be a little bit loose, but that's all right. Something to this degree. I think I made the prism like a little bit more fully rainbow. I can't remember now. I can't remember based on this coloring style what I actually did beforehand. So we're just gonna have to wing it. I failed that. Tenko Kuragari, hello, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. I see that you were new to IRIAM. I hope you're enjoying IRIAM so far. I'm sure they can find food in the forest. I hope so. Gummy worms and Mountain Dew do not a supper make. That's fair. That's fair. What did I do for this? Why can't I remember how her horn works? At least in terms of like a very stylized format, right? I'm actually gonna make that a separate layer just in case, because everything has to be separate layers, because I'm way too picky with these things. I don't like that. That's not how I want it to look. Alright, I'm just gonna have to probably, like, maybe white? I don't know how to simplify her design. That's my issue. What if I have it, like, maybe like this? I don't like that either. I guess it's the closest thing I have, though. Dango, thank you very much for following. Thank you. Star Magic is the tastiest? What does that mean? You sound like Kaku. The fried flesh of cow, that is dinner. Why do you have to describe it like that? Why do you have to say it like that? Of all ways. Alright, let's see here. Did Vesa influence you? I feel like Vesa probably influenced you on that one. Alright, Alright, this is separate, that's good. I like that that's separate. How am I gonna simplify this design? I should have figured that out ahead of time, right? I probably should have figured that out in advance. Alright, let's try maybe a little bit extra color here. It's funny to call a steak that. I guess. It looks so much better in this version of this sketch that I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess it comes off enough, right? Maybe if I make this a little bit thinner so that it's easier to see through. It's gonna be hard to see from... Wait, what if I change the layer mode, huh? What if I change the layer mode and then make it like... I don't know what I'm doing. I really don't know what I'm doing. Alright, what if I... No, I don't want to do an add glow. That doesn't work. How do I make this more vibrant? Come on. I've got to find a way to make this more vibrant. This has to be more vibrant in some form. Let's see. Maybe orange? Maybe if I color it with orange, it's a little easier to see. That makes it a little bit easier to see, I suppose. Easier than before, yeah. Because I'm making an emote. It's gonna be, like, really hard to see. It's gonna be very hard to see the detail soon enough, so... She looks like she has a leaf on her head. It just looks like a leaf. I don't want that. I don't want it to look like a leaf. Alright, what can I do instead? For those of you guys who are confused on the IRIAM side, I'm trying to make an emote of Prism, but she's kind of tricky to design an emote of because of, her horn. It's a little bit of a... Does that still look like a leaf? It's the exact same, isn't it? How do I not make it look like a leaf? If I do that, it's not the same. It's just gonna look like a leaf, isn't it? There's no way around it. I probably should have looked this up ahead of time. Doesn't Genshin use a lot of like stylized prism designs? Maybe I should have referenced that or something. What is it? The Primo Gem? Primo Gem? Maybe I should have looked at a Primo Gem beforehand. Maybe that would have worked better. Alright, I'm gonna move on and try to figure out the actual prism of Prism later. Because this is not helping. Ruby, hello, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are doing well. Let's see here. Yeah, this is basically, this is the same. Actually, okay, the blue line helps it stand out a bit more, so I'll actually keep that. And then, let's see, for details, we'll add her mouth area real quick. That's not hard. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, that is bright. That is very bright. I am doing well, Ruby. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well, too. I hope you are having a good Monday. I hope you're having a good Monday. I forgot what day it was. I hope you are having a good Monday. Alright, we're gonna make that a little bit larger. There we go. And, she might need the blue in her eye to stand out. I'm not sure. Where's her liner? Here's her liner. Okay. Let's see what happens if I do that. If I make like a... That could work. Maybe if I actually make the right color, though. Right color choice would be good. Has to be a lot brighter, doesn't it? Why is it so dull? Oh, because I'm using a sketch brush. That's not helpful. There we go. That could be interesting. If I reduce that, does that make things any better? Not really, no. Maybe she won't have that. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do the dead eyes. Yeah. It does not work. No. No color. No color in the eyes, I guess. What if I just had the eyes colored in general? Does that work? Let's see. If I did... I'm just testing this because this is obviously not done cleanly, but... Oh, that could actually work. I might do that. Armortalk says playing Stardew again for the 3rd time while watching, just being cozy before work this week. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. I might do that. I might make that... Well, I don't know. She could have, like... Yeah, maybe I'll just keep them... Maybe I'll just keep them stylized black. It's just that, the fact that she has white fur kind of makes it, like, a lot harder. Because we've got the whites of the eyes, and then the pure black, and then I might have to add, like, some sort of shading on her or something, or make it, like, slightly off-white so the eyes stand out better. Star power, indeed. Alright, and then we're going to... That is, again, my... What am I doing? What am I doing? I need to actually do these on the right layer so that things don't get messed up. Alright. We'll have this, and then I'll probably fade it, because these are like her little tassels. And let's see here. But how are you guys doing? How's your Tuesday been? I'm curious. And then I'll probably erase the edge here. So that it's like more uniform. Monday. Still Monday. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, honestly. Let's see. I feel like her stylization is, like, really hard to deal with. It's been nice weather? It has been nice weather, hasn't it? Well, I don't know. It's kind of been on and off, over here. It's been on and off nice weather and, gloomy weather. Let's see. We'll do something like that here. Is that, like... Yeah, they are kind of faded. Maybe I'll make it a little bit tighter on the edge here. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make this a little bit more... Can I increase it? I can. I can do this, maybe. Would that be better? Final season really is just 50%. Nothing ever happens, and oh god. That's very fair. Kind of like it lower, but might not have a choice here. Because that's just a really awkward amount of, extra space. If I did this. I'll try it. I might, like, redo that with, I might make it a little bit more, what's the word? I might curve it a little bit more so it doesn't feel as, strange. I don't know. YCH suggestion? You could put a custom Stargazer on for individual Stargazers as a wish commission? Oh my gosh. Would anyone do that, though? Oh my gosh, custom us. The problem is I don't have enough, I wouldn't have enough space to host them. Armatalk said had a weird windstorm with lightning for me Friday. Cancelled our little festival. Winds were so bad. Stopped an hour later. Storms are weird. Storms are indeed very weird. Weird windstorm with lightning. It sounds like there wasn't rain. There was just lightning and wind. Is that what you're saying? That sounds like a Thunderbird problem. Delamore, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope everything's going well. Alright, I think this looks a little less awkward. I don't know. Yeah, probably a little bit less awkward. I prefer the currently stormy weather to blazing heat. Honestly, that is very, very fair. I think we were talking before, like, I would much, much rather have it be colder than hot. Even if the cold is in the form of storms, I think I would still rather have it. I cannot handle hot weather whatsoever. Cleaning Koala, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Are we making art with burgers? I call it Art Burger because this comes from sort of a joke with my moderator, Vesa. He's like, you spend too much time on art, and you need to make them into, like, burgers instead of steaks. So when I do art that is supposed to be deemed, like, faster or simpler, it's called an art burger. As opposed to an art steak. Telemore said had a fire at work yesterday. One of the hotel rooms. Oh dear. I hope no one was hurt. That sounds like a lot to deal with. Jeez. Armatalk says rain was halfway with the storm. Makes me wonder if there was a tornado nearby. Oh, I don't know. I don't know enough about I don't know enough about tornadoes to know, like, how they function and everything. Neat idea. The YCH thing? Cleaning Koala says I was excited to talk about hamburgers. I mean, you could still talk about hamburgers if you wanted to. I'm not, like, against it or anything. Let's see here. MG says, a month ago, I regretted bringing a jacket with my t-shirt, while today I even brought a windcoat to uni. Yeah, I would much rather have... I'd much rather have a windcoat than, like, regretting jackets and t-shirts and having more to carry and having it be, like, awful weather. Blank says, I wonder which channels do the visuals for your model get transmitted? Huh? Could you theoretically send footage of the canvas through the same channel as well? No. I cannot do that. So the way that IRIAM works, like, the reason that it has so much, like, draining of battery and everything is because, basically, I'm hosting, like, okay, if I stream as myself, you guys are essentially proxying also streaming. This is why it has 0 latency, and this is why I can't do anything except, chat on here. And the reason why your battery dies so quickly is because essentially you guys are streaming at the same time I'm streaming. So you're not just the viewer, you are also the streamer. Fun facts, it's like streamception on here. Hi Fox, sorry late, day off still has lots of stuff to do. No worries, Vessa, thank you for stopping in, I appreciate it. I think Okami wanted to talk about burgers, so I think you're just in time. And Vine Fox, hello, hello! How'd you guys join at like the exact same time? That's funny. How are you both doing? I hope you're both doing well. I'm still trying- I failed figuring out how to depict Prism's, Prism horn. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. Let's see. Let me at least get down her tassels, because I know I can do her tassels right now. So we'll just grab her colors. I always feel like I'm gonna mess up her color scheme. I always feel like I, like, don't entirely know it. There we go. We'll get the blue. No, that's probably gonna be yellow. This blue's gonna be behind, most likely. There we go. Anyone else, aside from me, could do this so much faster, and I'm so, like, picky on every pixel, on every detail, and it takes me a million years. But there we go. That's, like, that's accurate enough, right? Because the blue would be behind, so that's not gonna show up. I feel like I want to curve this more, but I don't know how to curve vector layers. I only know how to remake vector layers. What? I'm streaming? I'm scared. I mean, yeah, technically. Bacon and eggs for bacon and onions for your burger. Though I eat onions as they are. Wait, what? Wait, Armadox. Bacon and onions for your burger, though you eat onions as they are. Do you mean, like, you also eat onions as they are, or you just have, like, raw onion? What do you mean by that? Is the onion cooked or not? Fried egg and pineapple on mine? What? We're still talking about burgers, aren't we? Apple onions? Akira's 90. Hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. What? Not cooked, unpeeled? Wait, what? Are you related to Shrek? Blank says, if I was a real IT person, I might understand what any of that means. Alas, I am but a despicable, wretched web designer. Web design is still super important. MG9 says, of course we could do it faster. That being said, do note most of us would do it in MS Paint. 30 seconds and would go, and close enough. As a real IT person, I can attest I also know nothing. Oh my gosh. Wait, I'm so confused right now. RQ, hello. Raw onions are- Wait, is this a thing? Do you guys, like- Are there multiple people who are eating onions like apples that I don't know about? Blank says my preferred way of creating vector graphics is coding it directly in SVJ. Fair. Not the peel, but I could eat it like an apple, though cutting it is easier to eat. Is this like a thing? Like, there's multiple people now saying that this is a thing. I can't tell if this is an actual thing or not. What? I'm so confused. Fried eggs and pineapple ring on burger with teriyaki? That actually does sound really good. I've never heard of it, but it sounds good. It sounds really unusual, but I can see it working. Like, it kind of just feels like a really fancy breakfast. So you've got, like, burger and egg, you know, that's not too different from bacon and egg, and then pineapple is pretty good with, like, a lot of meats, because then you've got, like, the sweet and the savory. I can kind of see it. Together with battered fries. That sounds, you know what, I can see, I've never had anything like it, but I can imagine it. It sounds interesting. I'm very... I'm confused how many other people seem to be, eating raw onions, but aside from that, I'm curious about the egg and pineapple, though. That sounds so fancy. Maybe I just think that anything with pineapple rings is fancy, though. People should only make battered fries. What is the difference? Like, battered and non-battered. I want to try the egg and pineapple, right? It actually, like, it kind of makes sense. Arky says, I always add onions last when making food to not soften it up and keep it as raw as possible. Nice crunch and nice taste. I see, I see. Armor Talk says, it doesn't help, I guess. I lived on a farm, so ate from the plant. Ah, okay. Vessa says, misread battered fried as fried batteries. Very confused. I feel like that would heavily confuse an android in particular, wouldn't it? Like, very particularly, Vessa would be confused by that. Alright, I feel like yeah, okay, I did not have the right color at all. Maybe, let's grab it from here? Is that right? It feels, from a distance, let me see if I can do, like, an in-between of that. An in-between of that color. Just so it's a little bit easier to see what I'm doing. But not enough to make it not show up, on an emote. Because that just seemed a little too dark, that seemed a little too light. Need, like, a nice Goldilocks in between here. There we go. And then I'm like, I feel like this should be more rendered, but I don't know. You dip the fries in batter before frying, and then they all come out in a huge clump and you have to pull it apart. What? Dip the fries in batter. Wait, so it's like a breadcrumb type thing? I'm confused. They just get really lard? I'm confused. You dip the fries in batter. What kind of... But a fry is already... Okay. So it's like a potato with breadcrumbs, kind of? Ah! Eating raw onion, you guys talking with Madame Zeroni? Oh my gosh, Armatox. I'm not Armatox, Akira. Sorry, Akira. I saw the A and I immediately thought Armatox, but I apologize. Oh my gosh, Akira, I see what you did there, I see what you did there. Like pancake batter. Pancake batter with fries. That sounds interesting. Blank says, I made a website for a school project once, stuffed to the gills with decadent art deco as embellishments, and I wrote all the decorative graphics, every line and path in code. What? I don't know how that works. I don't understand making graphics with code. Like, that just doesn't compute in my head. I understand using code to place an existing graphic, but I don't understand making graphics with code. Kira, thank you so much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. Safe to say I was horribly late with the assignment. Oh dear. Oh dear. All graphics are code? Yeah, but like, that's not in the way that I understand, right? Like, okay, yes, digital art is doing a lot of weird stuff behind the scene, but like, for all intents and purposes, I don't... When you guys say that you draw with code, it makes me think that you guys are like doing an Etch-a-Sketch, you know? Like each input is like a little knob. Look up SVG code editors? I'm so confused by this. What does this mean? SVG code editor. What is it? Like, okay, like I understand placing an existing graphic, but not like making a code of a graphic. What? No, this doesn't make sense. Why does this... I'm looking at an example, and it's just like, okay, circle. Okay, I can understand that. Cube. Okay. Oh, yin-yang. Okay, we're getting a little bit more complicated. Dolphin silhouette. Okay, not really sure how that happens. And then just anime boy. Why is there just anime boy as this example? What? SVG editor. This is like, no, this is still different, right? It's not... You're doing vector, right? You're doing vector lines. But you're not You're not making the art with the code, right? Most people use another program to do the coding for you, but you can do it yourself if you want. But the art itself isn't done with code. I mean, and, like, I understand vector, but I don't understand just doing it through code. Some are drawing, some are written. I don't understand. Start with a point 0, 0, make a horizontal path to 0, 50, then a path to 50, 50. So that would make like that would go like across and up, right? Most people use another program to do the oh, I saw that. Hello, Sierra. Welcome in, welcome in. Vectors can be described in code? But okay, so it is like an Etch-a-Sketch. It is like an Etch-a-Sketch, isn't it? Because if you're doing like, you know, this coordinate, you're basically drawing like an Etch-a-Sketch. I can't understand how you can get more detailed than basic Etch-a-Sketch then. Think about you draw by hand, imagine telling the computer to do that. So it is an Etch-a-Sketch. Because I've done vector work, I've done like, you know, pen dragging and everything like that. But this straight up sounds like Etch-a-Sketch. You type the coordinates by hand? No, I understand that you're typing the coordinates by hand. That's the coding part, I'm sure. But, like, I can only imagine that you can work in lines? This is why, like, everything with, like, digital art not being real art and AI and everything and coding, it all gets so confused and muddled together. This is why a lot of people get very confused about, like, who's actually doing the work when you're drawing on a program. If IRL art is an Etch-a-Sketch to you... Wait, what? If IRL life art is an Etch-a-Sketch to you? I'm confused. Lovers Forever, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Imagine a graphing calculator making a picture with equations. There. Okay, so you're still very, very limited. You're still very limited in what you can do with that, right? Because, like, a graphing calculator with a picture with equations, like... You're not gonna get that deep. You guys can't make, like, an emote, right? Jarwin Falcon, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Let's see here. I can't imagine how complex you could get. Someone made the game shake on a graphic calculator? I don't know what that means. If you're good enough? Alright, hang on. Graphing calculator art. This reminds me of ASCII art. Do you guys remember ASCII art? I don't want AI of a calculator. Oh my gosh, Google. Why is there a picture of a Mona Lisa? What? Why is there a picture of Amelia from ReZero? What? What on earth? Art begins with people moving their hand across the surface. You can tell the computer to do the same thing. Any art you can make in real life, you can program a computer to do. I'm not sure that I like that. I don't know how I feel about that. Tactical, hello. Senko, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. That's a smiley face? What the heck? You guys are scaring me. Someone made a character from Genshin Impact. What? What? I don't like this. What am I doing? I was working on emo art and emote art. At this point, maybe I will make emo art. I was making emote art, and now I'm having a little bit of an existential crisis. I don't... This is scary. This is scary. Like, this is legitimately scary to me. Because, like, it's cool on a graphing calculator. My fear is that I know people who are actively trying to teach the robots to draw like people, like not just AI art, but also like, you know, paintbrush in hand and everything, and it's kind of scaring me. All right, you know what? Let's move on from that. I'm happy for anyone who can do it. It's a very cool skill. But as a traditional artist, I'm a little bit spooked. I'm a little bit spooked by it. Can you fix the crisis? I don't know. Can you? Senko? Oh, that's crazy. You think YouTube censored half the code? I don't know. That is freaky. Yeah. I don't want full robotic takeover. I mean, like, Vessa's okay, but other than that, no thank you. No thank you. Beyond Vessa. I think I'm good if it's limited to just Vessa. Alright, let's see here. I don't know what else to do for this, because it is sort of supposed to be simple, right? When is lunch? What do you mean, when is lunch? Back to my question, do you guys eat onions on salads? I personally don't. Getting sleepy, you need to learn to go to bed early, not stay up overnight to work on content or fanfic. Yeah, you shouldn't stay up as late as you have been, Zero. I do think you're right about that. I think you've been staying up, like, really, from what I can tell, it sounds like you've been staying up really, really late, multiple days, so, like, yes, content is good to work on, but not at the expense of your sanity. And some people in the chat can interpret that in multiple ways. Indulge thee to infer the next statement I shall communicate. Eh? Wait, what? You're only fine with me taking over, you know I'll get bored and be incompetent and give up after a week. Oh dear. What? Tactical femboy, no. What? No. Do we have sanity? I'm really not sure at this point. Onion, of course onion on salad? What is salad without onion and tomato? Okay. Fair, fair. Blank says, this is kind of the opposite of that, honestly. Not machines imitating the art of humans, it's putting visual art by human, imitating the way machines do it. Wait, what? I'm not sure if I can understand that. I'm not aware enough for this. Wasn't your AK account overflowing with sandy? You know what? It was, yesterday? Looking for sandy, yet looking towards the stars. Interesting tactic. No, the stargazers drain my sanity, and then AK drains my sanity, and then I'm left with, like, a negative. Chicken butt 1876 version? Is that what it was? Oh my gosh. I didn't even catch that. Gosh darn it, I didn't even catch that. GT bro, hello, welcome in. Art burger? Okay, I was explaining before that the word burger is kind of like a, it's kind of like an inside joke between myself and Vesta, because of the fact that I can't simplify art, so it's like the complexity of a steak. And then he's like, you gotta make your art more like a burger, so when we do simple art, then it's like a burger. That's the best way I can describe it. Let's see. I don't know what to do with the white fur, it's so awkward. Yeah, I guess I'll just make it small here like that, and then I think her paws are actually also, her paws are also colored, I think, so we'll just do that real fast. Made a metaphor, became a meme, many such cases. Ah! Charming Falcon, why? Ah! Hello! What was that about? Oh, you missed my- I'm sorry, I was drawing paws! What did I miss? You missed my comment, I bum. What did you say? Can't stay long? Chaos must be compressed? Oh my gosh. Is that the version of it? Oh my gosh. It's fine, even if you're just, like, coming in to say hello, I still appreciate you. I still appreciate you. Armorduck says you're the third streamer surprised the onions not cooked with burgers too. Guess it's a me thing? I mean, I guess you and RQ have that in common from what from what I am hearing. Alright, let me see. Yeah, remember how I said, like, oh, Star, why did you do the line art beforehand? Like, it's not gonna take you a long time to color this, and yeah, it does. It does, especially on stream. So, yeah. We take a long time to color a very simple emote. That is the IRIAM way. Alright, something like that. And we got the little bunny... Little bunny hands. Make that a little more faded, so it's not so apparent. Let me see. We'll grab this shadow again, and okay, it's at 36. I want to remember that, because I think we need it in a few more areas, just because we have the ability to do that. So let's just do that real quick. We'll have a little bit more shadow area. Maybe make this like... I really don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I really don't know what I'm doing. I can't do simple art. I'm not good at replicating the bug cat style. Sierra says, I know I need more sleep. Once I'm in the zone or become so passionate in hobby or content, I will spend as much time as possible. Okay. As somebody who pulled many all-nighters for the same thing, not always in my choice, it's admirable to want to continue working on your content when you are in the zone, as someone who always gets in the zone myself and also can end up staying too late. But it's gotta be to a point that it is not being detrimental to your regular day. Once it becomes detrimental to your regular day, then you need to make adjustments. Going to the library to find a spell book? I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if I can trust you with the books. Honestly. Alright, let's add a little bit of shading here on the ears. I feel like I don't know when to add more detail, or if it just kind of becomes, like, visually too much or too little or what. Why? I'll be good? I don't know. I don't feel like I've been able to trust you the past few times, so... We'll add a little bit here, I guess? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. And I still don't know what to do about the fact that the eyes are the same color as the body. I don't know if I should make it, like, slightly off or what. Artists suffer for their work. I can't tell you how many late nights I've stayed up trying to get dialogue sequence just right, etc. No, I mean, I do understand. I do understand, trust me. I do the same thing, and then Vessa yells at me, too. But it does have to... You do have to just be careful that it is not getting to a point of, like, full obsession, that it is fully, interrupting your... I don't know. As somebody who has literally dealt with this kind of stuff, a lot professionally, I feel like sometimes we romanticize it a little bit too much. Like, if it doesn't bother you, that's fine. But I think it's the romanticization and the, oh no, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I think that's when it kind of becomes a problem. Didn't sleep well last night, so gonna try a bit earlier today. Good night. Alright, RQ, no worries, no worries. Have a good rest of your night, sleep well. I appreciate you stopping in. Definitely make sure to get some sleep, because it seems like a lot of stargazers here do not. But thank you, I appreciate it. Vessa says I'm way more trustable than Shadow Okami. I don't eat stuff, I just bite. Except for that one spellbook page that gave me powers for a few weeks. I feel like you still have those powers. As of yesterday, people are still buying burgers. Oh, Zero, I did see your message. That is fine with me. My only request is that if we do that, then it is, even. So, if I take a little bit longer, Because I know I said, like, my goal is to get it done for the end of the month. If I take a few more days, after the end of the month, then I hope that that's, like, a mutual thing. Alright, let's see. I feel like this makes Prism look so fat. What can I do here? Maybe I'll get rid of the, I don't know, the shadow, like, helps define the design, but also makes her look really fat. Because Bugcat doesn't have that, because Bugcat just has the solid color. So I don't know how to balance this. Ah, that is off screen. I can't flip a canvas when I'm, that makes things harder. I can't flip a canvas either. Lamia, hello, welcome in. Chunky Prism indeed, yeah. Prism's not that chunky, she's just poofy. She's just poofy. Let's see. Alright, we're gonna... I feel like I see a tiny bit of irritating... Oh wait, is that just color? That's just color. Okay, thank goodness. I can't mess with the line art right now. I guess that's kind of all I have to work with, isn't it? There's not much I can do, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to putting in so much more rendering work. And I get it, this is why people can speedrun emotes and I can't. Why are you and Kaku in that award contest or something? It's one of those things where you can, like, nominate people. So it's more like, hey, we found this thing that we wanted to try for, and if you want to help support us, please do so. Kaku didn't really join it. There was just a category for horror-themed VTuber design, and I was like, I know a horror-themed VTuber. And then I was like, yeah, if you want to help Kaku too, this is a great category to nominate her for. So it's nothing that we have, like, been in. It is more like you can nominate people if you want to. Let's see. Make that a pink instead of a blue. That is not what I wanted. Let's see. We'll try that. That's good enough. I'll make it a little bit more. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Make it a little bit more saturated? I guess. I don't know. I can't really tell what I'm doing. Gotta run. Have a great day, Star and Stargazers. Alright, Charming Charming Falcon, wait! Ah! You have made your exit known! You've made your- Ah! Goodness! Goodness! You know how to leave with pizzazz, don't you? Have a good rest of your day, Charming Falcon. All the best. Ah! More things change, more things stay the same. Oh goodness. Alright, what am I doing here with Prism? I can't, oh my gosh, I can't draw on stream. This is tricky. I'm trying to see if we can use IRIAM to get, like, stream stuff done, but clearly this is not an easy, this is not an easy endeavor, I guess. Why is that off? I don't really know what I'm doing here. I think I've just said that like 20 times so far. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't really know what I'm doing. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. But it's true. I just don't know what I'm doing. Alright. Maybe a little bit smaller, a little bit less intrusive. It still makes her look fat. I don't like it. What if I just get rid of it? What happens if I just get rid of it? It's the lack of contrast bothering me. And it makes her just look, like, poofy. The fact she has white fur is making this harder. That's really the issue, is the fact that she has white fur. And if she didn't have white fur, this would probably be a little bit easier. Or I would just learn to shade. Wait, what if I do the thing where people do like the... What if I do this? What if I do the thing where people do like the halfway shade up? Like the... What if I do this? What if I do like oh, that worked a lot better in my head, actually. That worked a lot better in my head. If I made it like a gradient? This looked a lot better in my head, honestly. Because I've seen people do this sometimes with emotes, right? They'll have like a gradient. This worked better in my head, for sure. Switch to YouTube to save battery. Understandable, Armor Talks, understandable. Welcome on the YouTube side. I'm currently trying to make a Prism emote and, like, overthinking all the decisions necessary for it. And I can't figure it out because Prism has white fur, and I can't make the emote look good because she has white fur. Makes everything else kind of tricky. Wait, what if maybe if I change the shading to, like, more of a pink? So there's, like, a little bit of a contrast? No, I don't like that either. Now she just looks like she has pink fur. Oh, I don't like this. I don't know how to handle this. What? Messa, why? Let me see here. Nope, now I just got rid of all the other shading. Lovely. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. I am suffering. Didn't we just say that people suffer for the art? I am suffering for the art. And the suffering is I don't know how to simplify. I don't know how to make things simple. It's not cool. And then George just came in. No, it's fine, it's fine. I just thought it was funny. Blah, 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 blah. Going to be able to sleep so much better once I no longer have to wake up at 5 to 6 a.m. for you. Oh, yeah, that would definitely make sense. That would definitely make sense. My suffering is also content. Oh my gosh, Hero. Part of you guys can't even see what I'm suffering for. That's the sad thing, because I'm suffering for you guys. I'm suffering to make the emote for the community. But you can't even tell what I'm suffering for. Gosh, I don't know how to simplify things at all. I feel like this is like both does work and doesn't work. I don't know if I should keep it simple or not. I don't know how to keep it simple, stupid. That like doesn't register with me. So let's see if I do this and then try to make it faded, like less apparent maybe. And it's just like a tiny bit. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that. Maybe that works. Yeah, I don't know how to simplify this. Like, how would Pusheen do it or something, you know? Maybe that works. Look at Pikachu meme. Pikachu's yellow, though. My issue is that Prism has white fur. Celtic Alchemist, hello, welcome in. Ugh, man, I thought I'd be able to do this on stream and I can't. I can't get myself to do it correctly. You don't see an issue, to be honest? Yeah, Bugcat is just so perfect in its simplicity, and Prism's just a harder sell for it. I think that's the main thing, is like, oh, this is really tricky to get the same vibe, to get the same feeling. Because Bugcat has blue fur, it's easier. Maybe it's just the background throwing me off. Like, maybe once I don't have to deal with the white background, maybe it'll be fine. And then I'll ignore the fact that there's light modes on websites. Wait, Charming Falcon, what are you doing here? What are you doing on the YouTube side? What are you doing? What? I mean, hello, you're perfectly welcome here, but also if you need to... What the heck? It's just like, hello, bomb, leave. Surprise! In comes Falcon with the chair. Oh my gosh, Vesta. Ah! You don't think there's much that can be improved on this point? It's perfect. Ah! No, Shadow Okami, please do not do that. I'm half distracted on the art side. I can't be babysitting you in the library. Seer says, if your Prism version of Bugcat emoji succeeds, would you consider making YCH version for other VTubers? Funny enough, Newbie Reaper said that I should. Newbie Reaper was like, you should do YCH for other Stargazers. Except now Zero's saying other VTubers in general. That's an idea. That's certainly an idea. I figured I'd check in and say hello at the airport waiting for flight back. Take care, have an amazing stream. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hello. I hope that your trip has gone really, really well. I really hope it's gone well. It sounds like you were having a lot of fun, so... Never let them know your next move. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Charming Falcon is very sneaky. Very sneaky indeed. Alright. Have a good rest of your day, Charming Falcon. I appreciate you lots. Alright, alright. For those of you guys who are on the YouTube side, like, what do you think about, like, the shading versus the no shading? Am I going stupid with the shading? Should I, like, keep it simple, or... Like, I don't know what to do with the shading versus the not shade. I don't know what to do. I guess it could kind of go either way. Does it even make a difference, or is it so subtle that I'm just being stupid? Shaded looks fine, both look good. I feel like I can't get her prism, though. That's the one thing I have to fix later. I need to experiment, like, how to do her prism. Because I feel like it worked really well when I drew it here, where you can see the whole star shape and everything, and then because of the angle of looking upward, it doesn't look as good, and it kind of looks like a leaf. But... It's not the worst thing in the world. I want to see if there's anything better I could do to it. I'm not sure, though. Prism's prism, yes, exactly. Prism's prism. And it's normally, like, when you can see it, like, when she has her head down, it's normally, like, a full star shape. But this just looks like a leaf or an arrow. But yeah, maybe I'll just keep it because it'll, like, match better with the others, maybe? I don't know. This is also much more Bugcat looking. I think my thing is, like, if I do this with YCH, like, how would I, would I make it all flat color, or would I add shading for people? I don't know. I have to figure out, like, a set type of look. I think it looks very prism-y. Alright, that's the best I could hope for, isn't it? I'm probably gonna... I'll finish it today. I just need to be able to think about it, like, for a minute or two, like, off-stream. But I'll release it today. I'll release it today. I just have to, like, figure out what else it's doing. Yeah, I'm... I know I'm slow with emotes, and that's mainly just because I can't make decisions, because I don't simplify things. When I say I don't simplify things, all the other emotes are, like, way more complex, you know? They're all, like, way more full design. And then when I have to do things like Bugcat, it's just hard for me. It's just hard for me to simplify things like that, you know? And yes, there's many to go through. I want to get to the point where I can, I think it would be nice if we could, like, use IRIAM streams to be able to get emotes done, and then we can, like, get more emotes done than we normally would be able to. Blank says, I think more elaborate shading would compromise the simplicity that makes the original work. So, should we just get rid of it? Like, I don't know. I guess that is more, like, Pusheen looking. Pusheen Bugcat-ish. Yeah, that's the thing, like, I don't want to compromise the original work, right? So, maybe I just learn to get used to it? And maybe it does compromise it. I I don't know. Bugcat doesn't have any shading, right? Like, it's just full blue, right? Yeah, Bugcat has 0 shading whatsoever. Maybe that would be better. More elaborate shading in hypothetical YCH. This is still very unnoticeable. So my idea, if I was to do YCH with shading, is it would just be like again here, where it's just on the edges of the ears, just to show like a little bit, or like here, or like just on the bottom, to like make some difference visually. Look at 2D art cartoons. Most characters have little to no shading for a simple look. Whenever they do, it's usually just on the edges. So my main thing is like, do I just have it on the edges, or do I just eliminate it entirely? Because sometimes I feel like if you eliminate entirely, it's like too simple, but maybe that's just like my way of looking at things. Can't find stream? Oh, do you mean on the YouTube side, or? Unnoticeable also means it doesn't add much either. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. So, the YouTube streams are now on a second channel, so if you go to the main channel, then it's under the connected channels. It's what the connected channels are. But, yeah, that's kind of like... Yeah, different account. I still wish that I could have the better name, but alas, I do not get that decision, sadly. Maybe I'll change the icon to this for the channel. Too simple is kind of the look Bugcat's going for, though, no? Yeah, it is. It's just not something I'm personally used to, so I don't really I never know how to handle it. Because it's not personally what I do, so I never can tell if I'm doing it right versus someone who, like, does this normally. Like, it's just their modus operandi to do cute and simple. Like, they're fine with it. You know what I might try, though? This could go terribly wrong, but this could actually look good. I don't know yet. What if we made colored line art? Like, what would that look like? Probably doesn't make much of a difference at all, but... yeah, that actually helps unify things a little bit more on brand. It's not much different, but... yeah, making colored line art kind of... in a weird way... you know what I think it is, in terms of, like, the shading and the not shading and all that? The shading was me trying to sort of make it feel a little bit more finished. And the colored line art kind of helps give it that more finished feeling, so that I don't necessarily feel like I have to have the shading. I could go either way, honestly. But the colored line art, I think, actually helps a lot. It's really subtle, but because it's just an extra thing that you're doing, it feels like one more step to making more effort. If that makes any sense at all. I know, I'm probably overthinking this more than anybody else in the world would, but... yeah, this is why I'm irritating to work with on streams and this is why I don't do line art on stream. You guys would hate me doing line art on stream. As coming from a simpler style trying to make manga, it feels okay. I think the pitch black is an important part of the visual. It's like the art equivalent of the impact font. But, it doesn't work because she has white fur, though. Like, that's the thing. Because she has white fur, it makes it too unfinished feeling, versus when I have the it's dark blue, it's not that different, but it just kind of matches her more, because it's not, like, straight black and straight white. Because Bugcat, again, right, is like, black lines with blue, so it's a little bit different. So I feel like this doesn't hurt it much. Make it a little bit darker, but it won't really make that much of a difference, I don't think. But it just kind of gives it a little bit more of Prism's, design, if that makes sense. Alright, if I make it a little bit... yeah, if I make it a little bit darker, then at least it has the same feeling as the... maybe I'll just make the eyes darker. Maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll make the lines lighter and the eyes darker, and then we will see if that works fine. Maybe like that. We'll do something like that. And then just for my own sanity's sake, I'll just blend this so it doesn't get super in it. Oh my gosh, Numi! Why? I'm trying to understand the art thing. What are you doing? Goodness gracious. I can't hear muted, but I saw Vessa said do it. I don't think Vessa meant bomb me. No. Goodness. Ah. Ugh. Do it. No. Goodness gracious. Blank says my solution would be to have a colored background or example shaped like a splotch of paint. If I do the colored background, that kind of defeats the purpose of it being transparent, though. Like, emotes are transparent in their nature. I don't even know what you said in response to that. I assume it's reason for another. I didn't give you a reason for another. Ah! That was Shadow! That was Shadow Okami! Jeez. Blah. Why are you throwing them muted? What? I love how MG's just adding the emote every time. That's gonna be funny in the VOD? What do you mean? What do you mean it's gonna be funny in the VOD? Goodness. MG, what are you doing? That's the thing with the two different chats. We've got like two different amounts of threats. Goodness. Say to myself, self-promo every day, I don't do that or keep it as a daily task. Probably not on the IRIAM side either. As it says, if you're muted, you can't hear her asking for more bombs, right? I'm not asking for more bombs. Blake says, who said emotes can't have a background? A perfect square doesn't look very pleasing, but having an amorphously shaped background doesn't take away from it. It does when your goal is full simplicity, though. The time where I think that it makes sense to have a background is when the background aids to the storytelling of the emote, so I'll do a back- What the heck? Why did you listen to Vessa? Why did you listen to Vessa? Goodness. Everyone knows I wouldn't lie. No, Vessa. Goodness. Goodness gracious. Oh. Oh dear. Goodness. That's what we're gonna- oh my gosh, that's gonna be the emote, that's gonna be the emote pairing. Is the- Thank you for the heart, Vesta. It's gonna be the emote pairing is the prism emote with the IRIAM bomb emote. Goodness. But yeah, what I was saying to Blank before is, like, you can have a background, but I think it needs to aid itself to the storytelling style, right? It has to, like, I'll do a background if there's fire, or if there's, like, you know, emotion, or, like, speed line. I think I have an example, actually, here. Where did I do, like, speed line background? Yeah, like this, where it's, like, you can't see that. Where it's, like, shock, then I'll add a background. Where it's, like, aiding the emote. Ah! What? Ah! Shadow! Shadow, what do you need? Shadow, what is it? Goodness. Alright, let me get back to the... Let me push this back. Yeah, you know what? If I do the colored line art, I think I can live with it. You know? I think I can live with it when it's colored line art. It helps tie everything together for me. What do you mean you found something? In the library? Please don't distract. Wait, that definitely wasn't part of the library! You definitely did not find that in the library. Goodness. Prism eating a burger emote? Why Prism eating a burger? I hid it there. Why did you hide a bomb in the library, Vessa? Why would you do that? Also, why did you make it- why- you make it sound like it's an Easter egg. Bombs are not Easter eggs. Despite what- you know what? I say that, and yet I remember what you guys did on Easter. I'm pretty sure you did exactly that. So, I don't know what to say. What do you mean you found another one? Goodness. No, blank, no, they're not. No, we don't have bombs on Easter. We have chocolate. We're nothing if not consistent? Goodness. I don't know why. I'm going to eventually have to find a way to, like, bring the crazy on the YouTube side. At some point. It's no, don't eat, please don't eat it. It's not chocolate, no, it's not. Oh, goodness. I kind of do want to do a YCH of these, though. That might be fun. I have so many things that I want to do YCH of, it's not even funny. Like, I could just have an entire VGen filled with YCH if I really wanted to. But I can't start any YCH until I'm at a better place with commissions. No! Shadow, don't do that. Blank says, explain all the weird looks I get, hiding them in the children- Blank, no! Blank, no. Ugh. At least I think the bombs are, like, VTuber coded, so... We all make mistakes? That's a kind of a big mistake there, Blank. Yukio and Kat, hello, welcome in, how are you both doing today? I hope you're both doing well. Yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore. Your fur has been ruffled? What do you mean? Are you spooked because we're talking about bombs? Because there's bombs everywhere constantly? Like a cat with fur on end? Huh? People these days are uncultured? What? Wait, like Peter Pan? 41 mistakes to be exact, or 42, I forget. It can't be 42, because 42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything, so... It must have been 41. It can't be 42. The movie? Like, based on Peter Pan? That's probably really stupid. It's probably something I don't know about. Is it Peter Pan? Oh, what? Wait, is this rap? What is this? It's a hip-hop group? I'm so confused. It's a hip-hop group. I don't know anything beyond that. No? I don't know what I'm looking at. Oh, wait, what is this? When is this? What is the 1987? Wait, why does this suddenly sound really familiar? Was this in reference to something earlier? Vampire movie? Oh! Did somebody bring this up earlier? Why does this, I haven't seen this, but why do I feel like somebody mentioned this recently? Did you mention this recently? Somebody mentioned this recently. And I don't know who. But I feel like I remember hearing of this recently. The Desirs? That would make sense. It probably was the Desirs, honestly. That would make a lot more sense. Probably Lillian, yeah. I love Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have not read nor seen it. You just like the memes? Is that it, mainly? Maybe the answer to everything is bombs? Oh my gosh, Vessa. Gold, hello, welcome in. People who haven't seen it ruffle my fur, it's a good classic, top 5 horror. Number 1 is Aliens. I actively avoid horror movies, but I, for some reason, have cultivated a community that seems to really like horror. I don't know how or why. What do you eat today food? What? What do you eat today food? What? What? I my head is not working today. I feel bad. Everyone's coming in here being like, what are art burgers? I'm confused. Are we having burgers? Is Star making burgers? And it's like, no, it's just a way I describe simple art. I don't have any burger. What? How did burgers become such a thing? I blame Vessa. It was definitely Vessa. I have a bakery, not a cookout. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate it. I don't know why, like, I stuck burgers into lore. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we have a bakery. We have a bakery. A little bit different. I'm getting cookout today, actually. When aren't you? Goodness. Yeah, no. Everyone's talking about burgers. Not enough people are talking about cakes. Does it bake bombs? No, we don't bake bombs. What? No, it's... You make me think of that one SpongeBob episode with the pie. It's not the pie. It's not the pie. Oh, goodness. I feel like I should be doing more on the emote side of things, but I'm super lost right now. My head is the same as Prism's right now, honestly. Should I add, like, little glitter in the fur like I do have with her official art on here? Should I do that, or is that just, like, stupidly complicating stuff more again? Yes. I'll just see how it looks. Maybe it looks terrible, but, like, let's just experiment and see what happens. It might just look stupid. And if it looks stupid, that's okay. We can always get rid of it. But I'm just kind of curious. Just kind of curious, see what happens. Gold, thank you for the lollipop. I appreciate it. The more you change from bakery to fast food for a burger joint, I will say I want donuts. It's like that boy says I like turtles, then switches to zombies. I am not making a burger joint. Vessa is doing something that I don't even know how to follow anymore. I don't know, Vessa created the hunger of stargazers for burgers, and I don't have burgers to oblige with. So I'm not really sure how that's gonna work, to be honest. But no, I do know that you in particular, Sea-Hero, you are always about the donuts. I know that. Can you help with what I'm doing? What do you mean, help with what I'm doing? Alright, I can't see that at all. I'm not trying to do anything, I keep having unintended influence. You sure do. I don't know how, but... I feel like this isn't really working. I wanted to just visually try it to see if it would work, but I kind of feel like it doesn't. I was gonna see if I could, like, do this and then, like, heavily desaturate it, but maybe it doesn't work. Let me see. If I just made these, like... I don't want it to look like just a bunch of weird pluses, so... It probably won't work. But it's worth just, you know, experimenting with. And if it doesn't work, then I just get rid of it. No biggie. Let's see here. I just saw it on the official piece, and I'm like, do I want to try to replicate it or not? And I'm just, like, you know, trying it out. See if it... No. Probably not. Maybe if it wasn't so close to the face. Maybe if it was a little bit smaller. What if I did that? Probably not. I feel like she might need, like, her ruffle of neck fur, though, but maybe not either. I don't know. No? Wait, what? No. What? No, MG. I bet you're one of those people that watch Twilight. Why would you think that? I mean, have I in the past? Who hasn't in the past? But what do you mean by that? I'm trying to see if this is if it works or not, or if it's just lame. Might be lame. I don't know. Yeah, probably just complicates things. I don't know, like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, extra details, extra color, and then I'm just like, might throw it off. What happens if I try to make, like, her fluff, though? Does that work? That might actually be nice, though. Nope, never mind. Never mind. That doesn't work either. My Dress of Darling is a better love story than Twilight. Not me, and most people, when you hear vampire, they mean Twilight. I don't think of Twilight when I hear vampire. I mean, maybe a decade ago, but I don't think it's the default. I think it was the default in a few people's heads in the beginning, but I don't really think it's the default anymore. I think the default now is like Morbius or something weird, right? That's probably people's defaults in their head nowadays. I wanted to try to have a little ruffle of fur, but nope. This doesn't work. The more I try to complicate it, the worse it looks, so we're just gonna try to not do that. No. We're not gonna do that either, because we have other things that have sparkles, so it'll just make confusion. Alright. I'm keeping it simple, but it's hard for me. It's, like, emotionally hard for me to keep things simple. Vesta getting Cookout is a better love story than Twilight. Goodness. Lost Boys had the Ted guy from Bill and Ted, and Lost Boys had the Bill guy from Bill and Ted. I sure. When I hear vampire, I think of Lady Red. That is also very fair, yes. That is also very fair. One of those people? You mean like millions of human beings on the entire planet? Am I one of those people that watch Star Wars? What are you saying? This is a test to learn to keep it simple? It's like genuinely really hard for me, Vessa. Like, you don't understand. Like, I keep trying to add things to it because it doesn't feel right in my bones. It feels weird. I keep, like, going back and looking at the shading style. I keep going back and, like... I'm not used to working simple. I'm really, really not. Especially because Prism's, like... She is a simple design, but she has gradients on her, so... I'm not good with simple. I'm really not good with simple. It's so hard for me. I always want to keep adding things. Your bones are dumb. Don't trust them, they aren't even crystals. I mean, some people would say so. I think Lillian is still convinced. Seer says, when I hear vampire, I think of Dracula, played by late actor Bela Lugosi. Ah, okay. Call me old, but that's what I think. No, that's fine, that's fine. Ted was Keanu Reeves and Bill was Wilder. Learned... Yeah. Okay. I don't know anything about it, so I'll have to just take your word for it, I guess. Learn simple so you can animate? That's actually a really good point. That's actually a really good point, Armatox. That's actually a really good point. I do want to be able to animate, so... Yeah, I mean... Oh, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just hard. It's just hard for me. I'm used to doing, like, you know, really dynamic, beautiful painting type of dramatic lighting stuff. That's why I keep doing, like, the Arknight's Master Studies, right? So when I have to do the exact opposite, it throws me off so much emotionally. Like, it genuinely throws me off so much. Vessa's right that it might be good training. I feel like I'm gonna need you guys to, like, help train me in being okay with art that is simple. Because I can't do it. I genuinely have such a hard time doing it. I tried for a bit. I tried doing, like, you know, the cute, like, ooh, foggy type of merchandise, and I'm not good at it. I'm really not. Blank says, well, I think of Vampire the Masquerade, however, I also think of Lady Red when I hear Vampire the Masquerade, so... Goodness. Vessa says, pay me to stand there and smack the pen out of your hand and shout, no, stop. It's so hard. Vessa, I can't put the pen down. It's so hard. It's so tricky. Hello, Eve. Welcome in, welcome in. Eve, look. Look at our masterpiece. Goodness gracious. Hello. I'll do it for free then, just for you? Oh my gosh. How do we get into Vampire the Masquerade? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I get that though, you're the opposite. You're helping me train to have more of my own style and more detail. Coming from simple so I can animate. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, okay. Alright. That's fair. That's fair, Eve. Yeah, I'm like, I'm still probably going to revisit the actual prism design because, not that I'm trying to make it more complicated, I actually want to make it less complicated, but I don't know how, so I'll probably find, like, some way to make it look a little nicer, so it doesn't look like a leaf, because it just looks way too much like a leaf right now for my taste. But, yeah. It's pretty much there. Like, we're basically there. Yeah, I don't know why everyone started talking about vampires. I'm, like, genuinely not sure where that came from. You better leave it alone? It's so hard, though. It's so hard. You try and make Prism both more and less complicated? No, I'm just trying to be okay with making simple emote designs, and it's not easy. No, I'm not gonna add drool. The regular Bugcat doesn't have that. I'm not gonna add that. Although, Newbie gave me the idea that I should turn these into YCHs, so that could be a thing. That might end up being a thing at some point. I do think that the colored ink helped, though. I do think the colored ink helped bring it together, though. You're struggling with burgers again? Wow, yes, exactly. Very, very on point, Dual Thrones. Very on point indeed. Yeah, I guess there's not really... Yeah! I keep looking back at it and being like, oh, I could add more. I could... There's a part of me thinking that it's just not finished. I really do genuinely need training. Gara, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Blank says you mentioned vampires in the presence of a Vampire the Masquerade fan, me, so it was kind of inevitable. That's fair, I guess. That's fair. Oh my gosh. I know if I touch it, more Vessa will kill me. Should it at least... I wish I had at least drawn it in a way so that it wasn't, cut off on the edges. Should I fix it to not cut it off at the edge at the very least? Dualthuron says, okay, what you need to do is heat up a grill, brush it with canola oil, make smash burgers. I know this because Babish tells me so. It's fine as is for simple. The only thing I know about Vampire the Masquerade is playing a lot of Redemption. I know nothing about it at all. So I have to go even simpler? It's not even just a burger anymore now, it's a smash burger at this point? What? See, Hero, you're unironically already getting that with the wallpaper. Oh, that's the other thing. Obviously this month has been a little bit different and a little bit hectic, so I'm a little bit late on this month's wallpaper. I apologize. I'll have to probably double up on the wallpaper for next month. That's a little bit concerning to me, but I'm kind of juggling the wallpaper and 3 big commissions, and also trying to, like, get community stuff done here. So I'm sort of, like, juggling a lot of artwork right now. So the wallpaper has sort of been delayed a little bit. I apologize for that. But the wallpaper, yes, is indeed essentially, vampire myself, because it's a cosplay. So there you go. Is she ah! Why? Newbie! What was that for? I thought it was already posted? I haven't even colored it yet. What was that for, newbie? She's staking the burger, it's muted so I can't tell. Throw a bomb just in case that's what was happening. I'm trying to hold back. I'm genuinely trying to hold back. It's just really difficult. Wish granting magic through art fits extremely well into Mage the Ascension? What is that? No, it's not. No, it's just a cosplay. It's just a cosplay. It's, what was it? It's a Blaze Blue cosplay. But yeah, I do still need to finish that. I haven't had a chance to work on that, I'm sorry. I'm behind in terms of the commissions and the, rewards, and I hope that's alright. I'm trying to make it up with the prism. You have a conspiracy theory? What do you mean you have a conspiracy theory? That kind of makes me a little nervous. What do you mean conspiracy theory? What? Part of World of Darkness? Like Vampire Masquerade? I don't know what any of it is, to be honest. I think, yeah, Lady Red is the only thing I know about it, and then Blank apparently knows of it, but I don't know anything beyond that. Okay, yes, garlic is used as a seasoning, yes. Why is wish granting magic through art fitting well into what you were saying, Blank? Okay, I'm wondering what's going on with Dual Thrones' conspiracy idea. I'm curious about that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the wallpaper done this month, so I might have to double up for next month. Don't worry, like we agreed, you can take longer to complete the commission, since I request to pay a bit later than original scheduled. Okay, yeah, I'll, so as long as I can get it done by, like, that day, then I think that we should be good on that note. And I am finishing up one of the reference sheets for another client. She did approve the line art, so that's good, because the line art is always what takes me the longest. So I can flat color that. And then I have another reference sheet that is, like, infinitely larger. Because one is a reference sheet for, like, a little kid character, and it's really simple and really cute. And the other is a reference sheet for a full-on VTuber with splash art. But I'm excited. I won't be able to show that off for a very long time, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to being able to work on it, because I want to have a splash art piece in my portfolio at some point. Garlic has anti-coagulant, makes blood keep flowing instead of coagulating properties, right? Does it? I don't even know. I didn't know it did. I think I get where you're going with this, but I wasn't even aware of that in regards to how garlic works. I think I get where you're going. Maybe. Strong Rhino, hello, welcome in. I see that you're new to IRIAM, so hello. Welcome to IRIAM. My name is Starlight. I'm a Prismatic Kitsune. It's nice to meet you. Armatalk says, I'm with you with my ink style, though, Star, so I get it. I wonder if I should stay simple or go more realistic and more rendering. It's so hard. It's so hard to know which way to go. I feel like you have multiple art styles, and then it, like, gives you constant, what's the word? It gives you constant, not anxiety. What am I trying to say? Self-consciousness? No, what am I trying to say? It gives you constant... I don't know. Doubt? No, I'm... A different word than... I don't know. I don't know. Hello, hello, Nightfall. Here's a conspiracy theory. Vampires encourage us to think garlic is their weakness so that we are tastier and easier to drink from. Whoa, that is not the direction I thought you were going whatsoever. What? That is not the direction I thought that you were going at all. Wait, I have to read this again. Garlic has anticoagulant, makes blood keep flowing. So the conspiracy theory is vampires encourage us to think garlic is their weakness, that we're tastier and easier to... Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, I would not have put that together at all. What the heck? I would not have... What on earth? Alright, don't let Taka or Lady Red know that. Jeez! Well, I mean, okay, if Taka finds out, then I'll just throw a hot cross bun at him, but... That is wild. That is not the direction I thought you were going at all. Sierra says, speaking of kid, I saw a video about, Otsukare, Japanese indie VTuber who is a single mom and does VTubing with a child daughter. They are recently blowing up. Yeah, I did see that. I think Pippa shouted them out. I think Pippa gave them, a lot of recognition that helped them, about a year ago. Blank says, all the different games in the World of Darkness setting follow Thing, the Something naming pattern. Vampire the Masquerade, Mage the Ascension, Werewolf the Apocalypse. I see. Mage is my favorite. Mages in the setting are like lucid dreamers to reality itself. They can freely shape it through their will, channeling it in myriad forms. Wait, aren't these, like Dungeons and Dragons? Are these, like, RPGs type of things? Eri, hello, welcome in. And Karen Yan, hello. Yes? Oh, okay, I see. Concept of granting wishes via magic that is channeled through art is extremely on brand to Mage. Is it? Really? I did not know that. Hello, how are you both doing today? I hope you're both doing well. I might have to look into that. I think World of Darkness is like Dungeons and Dragons. I see. That's interesting. I was not aware of that being a thing, so I might have to look into that for research purposes. And yeah, Sierra, I appreciate it, yeah. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, followed on Twitch if you like to. I think people have been following on IRIAM. Join the Discord if you'd prefer, our Safe for Work Discord, found through the YouTube link in the About section. I never know how to, like, brand myself anymore. My branding went out the window this month. Karen Yan, thank you very much for following. Thank you. Followed on Twitch? I appreciate it, Nightfall. Thank you. Yeah, I genuinely don't know who I am anymore. But that's why we have Prism. Because Prism is, like, kind of doing what she can to keep my sanity in check somewhat, maybe. Doing both yours and Vessa's job. But... Who are you? Who are you, Mountain Chicken? Thank you for the heart. Who are you? This has to be somebody who's been here before, right? Thank you for following, Mountain Chicken. Who are you? Who are you, indeed? Safe for work, but not safe from horrible monsters. You sure have a lot of people with interesting names here on IRIAM. This has to be... This is not like an adjective animal IRIAM person. This is somebody who's been here before. This has to be, right? Laird, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Mountain Chicken, who are you? Are you... Let me think. Are you Okami? Are you... Who else would you be? Probably Okami, I'm guessing. No, Shadow Okami. Okay, not Shadow Okami. Who are you? You're not Kaku. You're probably not Vesa. You're not Seahiro. Seahiro's right here. Who am I missing? Would you be, You're not Dark. I see that, Seahiro. Thank you. Alright. Who's the imposter? Who's the imposter here? Somebody's the imposter. Trying to think. Who? It is Okami! It is Okami! It has to be Okami, come on! It has to be Okami. Blank says, I live play mage I'm following along as a character who's an indie avant-garde experiential artist. I think one of the 9 traditions, factions of mages, also specializes in magic through art. Blank, if you have any, like, info or guides or, like, descriptions of this kind of stuff, I'd be very interested. Shadow Okami, why did you make a separate account just for that? What the heck? You're very silly. You're very goofy. Very goofy indeed. Chaos. Indeed, there is chaos. Much chaos. Wait, what? Very goof indeed. Just a little bit of trolling. Yeah, just a little bit of trolling. Yeah, Seahiro was John Cena for a bit, but I think it was like, I think it was like Seahiro, C Cena or something. I think you were C Cena. Very goofs indeed. Yeah. But there, okay, so, like, John Cena followed me on Twitter because he follows a lot of VTubers, right? Or he follows a lot of content creators. He just, like, he follows a lot of people. So I was talking about it, and then, like, half of the chat decided to turn themselves into John Cena. That was weird. That was crazy. My gosh. There's so much of this that I want to redo. You can't see me. Alright, I think what I'm probably gonna do with this is, like, I'm gonna, like, step away from it, and then I'm gonna come back, and then if it's, like, if I can still handle it, then I will upload it as is. But I, like, there's parts I still want to tweak. There's, like, little tiny parts I still want to tweak. It'll be up today, though. It'll be up today. You can hold me to that. You can hold me to that the emote will be up today. Because it's basically done. I feel like I just need to, like, revisit it, maybe, the lines, I don't know. Make it so that it's not cut off on only one side randomly, because that feels weird. I was confused the day I logged in, close to afternoon and night, about Cena. Yeah, that was a little strange. That was a little confusing out of context, I think. But yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, I'm trying to think if we can turn IRIAM into art streams or not. Maybe if I'm able to do line art, then I can at least, like, flat color on stream. I'm having a hard time figuring out what works best. The perhaps unintentional theme of magic versus tech in these streams is also extremely prevalent in Mage. Alright, you're gonna have to send me some stuff, Blank. You've piqued my curiosity successfully, you know that? You've successfully piqued my curiosity. Nanashi, hello, hello, welcome in, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, I'm interested now. I'm interested in seeing how much overlap there is. I survive as always. I hope that the survival is going okay. Goodness. Armorduck says you still need to watch his commercial. Someone else did it because they didn't see Cena come in for the shoot. That's funny. That's clever. I like that. That's funny. I think I just, maybe Prism's, like, horn needs to be facing forward so it doesn't look like it's falling backward. Maybe that's one thing I want to do. I don't know. I'm being way too picky. I need to get going on the emotes so that we have them for the community, though. At the very least, Prism ones. At the very least, Prism ones. Liner just takes a long time, and I don't know where to fit it in. I think that's the main issue, is like, line art just takes a really long time to work on. I don't know. And then I always feel like that instead of doing line art for these, then I need to be doing line art for, like, commissions and stuff. So, I never know where to fit time in for these things. That's why I like doing the painterly stuff. Like, when I do the master studies, it's always like, I can do that on stream, and I can just, like, go through it, and it doesn't have to be clean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Emotes scare me. Emotes are so much cleaner, supposedly. And they're harder to work with for me. But I'm trying to figure out what a good balance is here. You know, between, like, chit-chatting on the IRIAM side and getting work done on the YouTube side and seeing if I can make a good balance of work and stuff. But maybe I legitimately need to have the line art done ahead of time, I don't know. I always feel like I want to do art stream, and then if I don't either do something really rough, or if there's already, like, pieces completed, stages completed, I have a hard time doing it. Because I'm so yappy. That's the thing, right? Like, IRIAM is all about being yappy, and if I'm not yappy, if it's just like a regular art stream, then I'm not chit-chatting as much with you guys, and it kind of makes it a little confusing. And I know there's people in IRIAM who do, like, work streams, and I don't quite understand how they do it. I don't quite know what they're doing. I think 90% of the, like, my guess is that 9 times out of 10, people who say that they are doing work streams don't actually ever get work done. Does that sound about right? I feel like that's probably accurate, that if you say you're doing a work stream, chances are you're not actually getting work done. I don't know, what do you guys think? For those of you who've, like, stepped into those. What is it like for you? Work streams get work done at slower I know that it was meant to be rate, but work streams get work done at slower rats. That's another piece that I'm hoping to be able to post soon. That's a funny typo though. Yeah, we need to get the rats to work faster. We must increase the speed of the rats. Because I want to be able to post that so badly. That's another. Oh my gosh, I literally could just fill my regen with your character here. It's not even funny. There's like, I have 3 existing your character here templates that I could literally post tomorrow if I wasn't if my queue wasn't filled with the larger commissions. Because I have to get those done. Once I get those done, I have at least 3 your character here's that I can release immediately. Which is kind of crazy. If I wasn't dumb-dumb? What do you mean if I wasn't dumb-dumb? And Ashi says usually helps this chat holds them accountable if they slack off or get distracted. No, the thing is the chat is the distraction. That was a typo? How was that a typo? What do you mean typo? What did you mean to say? How was that a typo? It is truly a double-edged sword, indeed, yes. Yeah, I agree. What kind of typo? What kind of typo was that, Vessa? We're never a distraction. Chat distraction? Surely not. I'm just trying to figure out, like, where the... I'm trying to figure out where the balance is. The balance is a lot easier when you don't do art, when you do, like, singing or something. But I don't do singing. I yap and draw. And lose sanity. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out some way to make things work. Make things balance out nicely. Bite YCH. I probably have a sketch somewhere of something. I probably, like... I probably have a sketch somewhere that would be fitting to that. I know I have the one where it's like... Well, okay. There's YCH, and then there's emote YCH, and I have like a million emote YCH ideas too. I have the no head patting one that I think I have sketched as you. I think you're in the sketch for that one, Vessa. And then I have like... I wanted to do a food one, and I think I also sketched a burger thing at one point. And then the snapping one, I know I have that. Yeah, man. I could have an entire website of your character here, and I can have an entire, like, side section of your character here emote. And she says, vary. Sometimes they ask for feedback or ideas as a creative process. Other times there's them talking through their thoughts and interacting with the chat as they work. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Vessa bites star arm Bakadoodle. No! Ow. Yeah, I don't, like, I get a little too, you know what I think it is? It's like, I can't get myself to chat, I can't get myself to be on IRIAM not, like, being quieter because I'm doing work when people on IRIAM can't see the work being done, you know? So it just sounds like I'm being, like, I'll talk about my process, but it feels like I'm being quieter than IRIAM should be? I don't know. So then I end up yapping and then I don't do any work. I need to figure out where that lies, honestly. I like being able to have it up on the YouTube side, though, so then, like, what I'm doing actually has context. But, yeah. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. It happens, varies by person how much dead air happens. That's fair. Off to jail for star crimes? What do you mean? What do you mean star crimes? What star crimes are you referring to? I don't know what you mean. You know what you did? I don't know what did I do? I kept the art a burger. What more do you want from me? The art is still a burger. Isn't that good enough? 3 streams, IRIAM, gaming, drawing, JK. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Investigation pending, can't disclose publicly? What the? Who's my lawyer? Who's my lawyer? Taka? Oh dear. That's like Edgeworth representing Phoenix. That's not gonna go well. That's not gonna work. He previously, was trying to accuse me, so he can't really be I'm not really sure about going the opposite direction. What? What are you even saying, Vessa? I have no idea what you're even saying. The pilot? What? My gosh, Ogami. Burger? What about... You guys are confusing. Worm lawyer? I don't think Taka's a worm. I think Taka's just previously tried to get me in jail. Goodness. Alright. I think we're probably going to, I think we're probably gonna call it there. I'm sorry, Unusual Kangaroo, I know you just stepped in. But I think we're probably going to call it there for today. And I think I need to step away from this emote and then, like, make tweaks that you won't be able to see. And then, we will, words. I will have this uploaded, soon. Today. Sometime today. Bad Star keeps simple. It will stay simple. I just think I want to fix this part where it's getting cut off, and it's the only part getting cut off, and it's bothering me a little bit. But yeah, I think we will call it there for today. No, I'm not gonna add more. I'm just tweaking. I'm just trying to make a little tiny adjustment with this stupid little part of the ear. But yeah, tomorrow, I am going to be on the YouTube side, regular main channel YouTube side. We're going to be doing a master study. I'm going to be doing an Arknights master study. It's the Arknights and Rainbow Six collab. I think that will be interesting. It has an interesting art piece that somebody sent in. So that will be interesting. And then we will be back on IRIAM on Wednesday. So I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. And I hope to see you around. And